Evening, gents. We ended up pulling this donk down after my run at Sandown, where the thing just ran out of power very quickly. Got the head off on the bank that had the bad plugs. This would be cylinder 1, which is, I'll show you the damage. 3 was the worst smoky wet one, and you can see there's build up on here of piston. The ring has actually been hitting here. Anyway, have a look at this down the holes. So what appears to have happened, or what has happened, is the rings have closed up the end gap from, I thought it was from leaning out, but none of these look like they've leaned out at all. Got quite a lot of melt on this one, but the worst of course is number 3, where the ring has just been whacking into the head. The hole has just blown it out completely. They've all gone in the same place as well, so this is obviously the weakest area of these pistons where the cutout is, and I would assume most forged pistons will be similar. Even 8 that hasn't let go, it's still been hitting the head. There's a clean mark here where it's just been starting to tap the head, it's ready to go, so those rings are touching as well. With that in mind, I'll be stripping the whole thing down, because the other side probably has got a similar problem, even though the plugs are telling us that's probably still intact. I'm going to have to figure out what's happened here, where most of these were loose when I file fit them, so it's either like it's showing no sign of overheating, there's no sign that I'd done anything wrong as far as specs I've set up to, so I'm either, I don't know, it's either too much compression for the fuel, but even then it would still show there's absolutely no signs of it having detonation or anything. This one that hasn't let go is still looking pretty good. I would say if anything these are rich. But anyway, the result is the same, so yeah. Set of pistons. The bores, I haven't really even looked at that yet, but they don't look like they're too bad. I don't see a lot of scoring, but when I drop the pistons out and we look at the skirts, that will, yeah, I mean, it's only done probably 2 hours, 3 hours of running this engine, so anyway, it'll be an overbore. We'll go out 30 thou and start again. So yeah, I can't even be bothered taking the other head off at the moment. I'm pretty shattered. I didn't know what quite to expect, but certainly that was a surprise. But yeah, you know, you're gonna just the way these things go. At least I didn't throw a rod out, which it hasn't really garked anything up. I'm lucky to have shut it down when I did, I guess. So yeah, we'll assess what's happening, pull the rest of it down and box it all up, get it all clean, and order some parts in. So bearings I normally buy locally, so they're at a reasonable price at VPW, so as long as the crank's okay, all of that's local. But the pistons I bought locally as well, but I don't know that I'll use those SRPs again. I don't think it's the fault of a piston there. They're all done exactly the same thing, and if this is, I haven't got any further into it, but of course it's right where the joint is. It's right where the rings have touched together, and this is exactly what they show if you have this ever happen. This will be where the joint of these rings are on number 7, and they're already pushing up. So there's obviously not enough gap there, which means they're either getting too hot, which I'm just not sure what to make of any of that. Maybe they're getting too much blow by. Maybe these pistons are too loose in the hole. I'm not really sure. I'll have to talk to some of my more knowledgeable mates and see what we can find out about this one. But not an uncommon problem, I guess. First time it's happened to me. But yeah, at least it's not shit all through the engine and blown to pieces, I guess. So yeah, but it will be, yeah, it's a rebuild, I guess. Then I'm going to guess that the other side, if not damaged, I'll pull them out anyway, and we're going again because we've got to pull the block out. So I'll be going to total seal rings this time, so hopefully they give me a bit better run. But I suspect this will be to do with clearance on the bore of the pistons, actually, because if you can see they're reasonably loose, like 4Gs are meant to be. These would be on their upper limit, so yeah, it'll be interesting, because this block was decked incorrectly, and I've got two different size head gaskets in it. There's a 50 thou on this side and a 45 thou on this side. I know so because I've written, you won't be able to see it, but it's etched 45 on here, and I know the other side is 52. I think the gasket to make it the right compression quench height, but I might get that fixed up this time if we're going to bore it again, or I might even start with another block and just make this a B engine, throw a set of Hyper U Tactics in it and make this a B engine. Yeah, lots to think about, but anyway, my nice new crane worked beautifully, so I've done no strain this time. I went and bought a little electric hoist for my beam. It's only about 120 bucks on eBay, this one, so yeah, it's a good little unit, and that just runs on my trolley, so I got no sweat. I use that and the engine leveler, and I can whiz it out by myself, no problem. But anyway, just thought I'd share the sadness, but you know, that's racing, so we learn as we go. Yeah, I'll let you know if I see anything more on the other side. Cheers.